So welcome back to the Creativity Series into day 4 of part 1. Now, over the last few days with this new exercise, this visualization exercise, you may have noticed there's been a very definite focus on the body and on the physical. And my guess is that if you have had any or do have any discomfort in the body, at the very least that discomfort may have been alleviated, at least temporarily, if not for a longer period of time. But it's important to remember that this exercise is just as much to do with the busyness of the mind, the habitual thoughts of mind, or emotions as well. We can't really separate these things out, the body and the mind and emotions. They all tend to weave into one another. So when we focus on one, we're actually focusing on all of them. So as you're imagining this sunlight sort of melting away, dissolving any physical discomfort, in just the same way, you can imagine that it's melting, dissolving any emotional discomfort, or perhaps even any thoughts, even simply the restlessness, the busyness of mind. Just something to carry with you into the exercise today. But to begin with, just taking a moment, just getting yourself comfortable. And when you're ready, taking a few nice big deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Remember, still breathing loudly enough just for these first few breaths, that if a person was sitting next to you, they'd be able to hear you breathing. As you breathe in through the nose, focusing on your chest expanding. As you breathe out through the mouth, just noticing how the muscles in the body soften as it exhales. And with the next out breath, just closing the eyes, and in closing the eyes, becoming more aware of the weight of the body, the physical sensations, and also the other physical senses as well. Leaving any sounds behind, just bringing the attention back to the body now. Just building up a sense of how the body feels at this particular moment in time. And then starting off at the top of the head, just gently scanning down through the body all the way down to the toes in the usual way. Same time, just starting to notice if there's a particularly strong or obvious mood around for you right now. Just reminding yourself why you're actually doing this exercise. So not just doing it out of habit, but being clear what it is you'd like to learn or understand about the mind through doing this exercise. Remembering the impact it can have on those people close to you when you're feeling calmer, clearer, happier, more content as a person, how that impacts those people around you. And knowing from your own experience now that when you just step back and allow this visualization to just play out, how it naturally brings about a more spacious, calm state of mind. So not needing to try to force the visualization in any way or trying to create a particular state of mind. So just bringing the attention to the breath, wherever that is in the body, and just taking a minute or two just to become more familiar, more comfortable with the rhythm of that breath, no matter what it is. So still aware of that rising and falling sensation. Just shifting the attention now above the head to that steady flow of warm sunlight travelling down through the top of the head into the body, down the left-hand side of the body, the left leg, into the left foot. And it's as though you're just watching as it fills up the toes, the foot, the leg, all the way up through the thigh to the hip and the pelvic area. As always, just bringing with it a sense of warmth, spaciousness, ease, as it continues to flow this time down the right leg into the right foot. Again, just melting away any tension, any discomfort, as you follow it as it travels up through the leg, filling all the way up towards the hip and the pelvic area on the right hand side. But it still continues to flow. And as it begins to fill the trunk of the body, the lower back, the stomach, and move up towards the diaphragm, the middle of the back, you might become more aware of any strong emotions. In just the same way, you can imagine those are just melting, dissolving in that same warm, clear, spacious sunlight. It moves up through the chest, the upper back, all the way up towards the neck, and down through the left arm, into the left hand, just watching, feeling that sensation as the left arm fills that same warm light up through the shoulder joint. Still coming from above the head, this time down the right arm, the right hand, filling all the way up through the arm, the shoulder joint, up through the neck, throat, and into the face, the back of the head as well. Until it's at that point where it appears almost as though the body is overflowing with that feeling, that appearance, that sensation. And just resting the mind in that space, still aware of the breath. Just allowing the mind to rest in that space. And now letting go of any focus on the breath, the feeling, or on any distraction. Just let your mind wander off and do whatever it wants to do. And then just gently bringing the attention back to the body, back to those physical sensations. Noticing the weight of the body. Any sounds, any smells, any tastes. So really bringing the mind back into the body before you open the eyes, and just take a moment to be clear where you're going next, what it is you're going to do. Just putting in that intention to be aware, to be mindful throughout the day, to take the opportunity to remember how you feel now or how you felt during the exercise, just to reawaken that feeling throughout the day. And in your own time, you can just sit back in the chair and just take a moment before you move on to whatever you're doing next. And hopefully today, as you again became even more familiar with this exercise, you were able to think a little less about doing the visualization and instead simply be with the process of the visualization. And this is something you'll notice as we move through the creativity series. To begin with, there's lots of instructions, lots of things to sort of do, if you like. But actually, once you settle into it, it becomes very comfortable, very easy, very simple. And you notice that not only is an impact on the body, on the physical sensations, perhaps any discomfort you have in the body, but that it also starts to impact the way that you feel. Emotionally, it affects your mood, and potentially it even starts to impact the mind, the types of thoughts, and also the volume of thoughts in the mind. As I say, for many people, this very quickly becomes their favorite meditation exercise of the journey, not only because it sort of brings about that state of mind which allows creativity to flourish, but also because it feels such a calming and relaxing type of exercise.